Week 5 segment of IB Sports, we're going to be talking about the extremely close NFC East and who we think is going to come out on top of that division. Also, Terrell Owens with a big game in a losing Bengals effort to the Cleveland Browns. You're not going to want to miss this and what we have to say about these topics. I'm BJ Griffin. This is Terrell Gibson. Let's go. Today we're going to talk about the NFC East. Real close, real competitive division right now. 3 teams 2-2, 1 team 1-2. That one team being the Dallas Cowboys, and the other 3 teams being the Giants, the Eagles, and the Redskins. This is a real hard one to debate because we're gonna tell you guys who we think is going to come on top of this division. But the funny thing about this is it's really a toss-up. So whatever we say is just pure, speculation. And we thought it would be an interesting topic because the outcome could be anything. Ro, what do you think of these 4 teams, or who do you think is going to come out on top?
I kind of agree with you. It is a toss-up in these 4 teams, and I don't think we'll be able to, I don't think it would be like actually settle into, I guess, about I'll say about week 13, around that area, because like each team in each division is like win one week, lose next week, win one week, lose the next week, and so like they're just all like fumbling back and forth. But out of the 4 teams in there, I was looking at the Eagles.
Yeah, me too.
Until the thing happened with Vic. So
sandwich.
Yeah, and wow, it's just now I want to lean toward the Eagles. I'm trying to hope that this guy really is out, but just about every injury he gets out for the season.
Yeah,
and everything he does.
Rib cartilage is pretty serious injury. So I don't know how long it's gonna take him to get back.
So I'm gonna have to probably lean towards the Giants. Most likely.
Okay.
They kind of surprised me this past week. Of course, we thought Eli Manning was gonna get sacked, and it was completely the opposite. I didn't know what they all happened. It seemed like each team was in each other's uniform or something. Just switch them up or something like that. But yeah, I'm gonna go towards the Giants. What about you, man?
Yeah, I mean the Giants really did step up, and Ahmad Bradshaw is looking fantastic with the run game. Brendan Jacobs is still crying, and the Giants offense and defense looked good last week. But the thing about this is, and this is with the whole NFL, these teams are playing so like back and forth. Like there's nobody playing very few teams playing consistently good week to week. And week 4, it is real hard to judge this, and this is a real hard topic to debate. But if of course I'm saying that I have to pick a team now, and I like the Giants pick, but I think I'm gonna go with the Eagles because Kevin Kolb, even though Vic is better, Kevin Kolb isn't looking bad at all. I don't think he's looking bad, and even if he does have to take over the reins, I think the Eagles can pull it out in that division. But of course, every team in there is close because Dallas is still in it. Dallas has a solid. They had one good game, but they have a solid little team, and we're gonna see if Roy Williams is gonna be able to play consistent with his receiving, and then if Tony Romo can consistently play well, and if that defense can, and it's crazy, but those are just kind of two toss-up picks for us. Don't read too much into it. If if at the end of the season we're wrong with this, don't be like, oh, these guys don't know what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you right now, it's a complete toss-up. So those are our thoughts. Let us know who you think will win the NFC East, or let us know what you think of the NFC East in general, and we're gonna move to the next topic.
One game that stood out over the weekend, not some more but the teams, but as one of the players, is the Cincinnati Bengals and Cleveland Browns game. The man Terrell Owens just went off and beasted that game, but at the end of the day, they lost against the Browns by 3 points, 23-3. And I honestly have to say this guy did pretty good. He did his best. Surpassed Isaac Bruce in reception yards all time. He has 15,325 now, and so he's second behind Jerry Rice. And I can honestly say it wasn't his fault on this one. I believe that the Bengals, with their losses, they most of the time beat themselves. Either it's where they try to show up late in the game when it's entirely too late to put up points, or their defense just shuts down late in the game. So, like with this, you know what I'm saying? They honestly they should have beat the Browns. That was my pick for them to beat the Browns, and like they just got to do better. What you thinking, man?
Yeah, T.O. 222 receiving yards. That's a fantastic game. And really, I think the Cleveland Browns, where they won here, is they won with their run game. They had over 100 yards rushing, and the Cleveland Browns, they played a good game. And really, Cleveland Browns are a low tier team, but this season there's no just absolutely, and we'll probably get into this a little bit more. There's no just absolutely terrible, like, automatic win team.
Yeah.
Like, maybe the closest team to that is, maybe the Oakland Raiders, because they beat themselves a lot. But, really, they're not even an 0-4 team. So there's no teams that you're just going to walk in and beat, and the Raiders are very talented, not to really put them down, but, if there's just a team you feel like you're going to get a free win out of. But anyway, I just, Cincinnati, they're losing games that they can win, when they start losing games like the Cleveland Browns, and it's crazy. And, I think Terrell Owens, maybe we start to see some Terrell Owens, Chad Johnson controversy now, because, Terrell Owens' head is like swollen up now with all those yards, and then they lost the game. And, we're thinking, how they lose that game. He's like, what? I just did all this and we lost the game, just because you have a receiver who has a big game doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win. There's a lot of things that go into, what gets you wins. But, yeah, maybe we start to see some controversy here. But, Terrell Owens, huge game here. Maybe the Bengals can turn it around. Of course, this season, if you're 2-2, you're certainly not out of it, So, yeah, that'll do it. And now we're going to move on to our predictions for Week 5.